Do your old friends leave you feeling exhausted? You might think your social skills are failing. Psychology actually tells a very different story. This fatigue is a sign of high social intelligence. Smart people quietly step away from empty noise. Picture your last reunion with high school friends. The first 10 minutes always feel incredibly warm, but soon the conversation loops back to the past. You suddenly realize there is nothing new to say. This happens because of an asynchrony of growth. Your past friendships thrived on shared struggles. You all faced the exact same tests and stresses. Your lives were perfectly synchronized back then. But graduation sent everyone in different directions. Your daily realities no longer align with theirs. Some started businesses, while others moved abroad. Your core values and daily interests drifted apart. Yet you still gather only to replay old memories. That is the only time you are truly synchronized. It feels exactly like repeating a high school class. Many people feel intensely guilty about this shift. They wonder if they have simply become too picky. You have not changed into a colder person at all. You have simply grown at a much faster pace. Growth never happens at the same speed for everyone. Consider the heavy fatigue after a long night out. You return home feeling like you worked a full shift. Most people blame this entirely on getting older, but physical age is not the real culprit here. Your brain was actually working in overdrive all night. Socializing requires constant emotional labor. You must constantly read the room and react well. This puts a massive cognitive load on your brain. Highly empathetic people pay a much higher price. They process multiple emotional signals at once. You notice when someone feels left out or bored. You see the hidden anxiety behind a boastful story. Reading between the lines drains your mental battery. This precision makes shallow gatherings unbearable. Your deep fatigue is a side effect of high ability. Why do we keep holding on to these exhausting bonds? Ask yourself a brutally honest question right now. Would you befriend them today if you just met? Surprisingly, many long friendships fail this test. We stay trapped by the sunk cost fallacy. We hate losing the decade we already invested in them. It is like forcing yourself to finish a terrible movie. This psychological trap is strongest in friendships. A shared past makes us cling to a meaningless present. But the time you invested is already gone forever. Highly intelligent people escape this trap early. They evaluate connections by their present value. They gracefully distance themselves when it makes sense. Questioning a friendship is not a cruel act. It shows you see reality without cognitive bias. Science strongly backs up this quiet social exit. Consider the Savannah Theory, published in 2016. Most adults feel happier when they see friends often, but highly intelligent groups showed the exact opposite. Frequent socializing actually lowered their life joy. Our brains evolved on the dangerous African savanna. Staying in a tight group was essential for survival. Being alone meant almost certain death back then. This primal program still drives most people today, but smart individuals can override this old instinct. They do not blindly follow the urge to flock together. They design their own happiness on their own terms. Solitude provides them with deep and genuine comfort. This independence is not a lack of social skills. It is an evolutionary leap toward true self-reliance.
There is also a physical limit to our social capacity. This boundary is famously known as Dunbar's number. Human brains can only handle 150 stable connections. Your innermost circle can only hold about 5 people. Adding new people means someone else must be pushed out. Most people ignore the strict biological limit. They try to keep every acquaintance equally close. But spreading energy so thin weakens every bond. Intelligent people recognize this zero-sum game. They choose deep connections over a massive network. This brings us to socio-emotional selectivity theory. How we treat friends depends on our perceived time. In your early 20s, time feels totally infinite. You eagerly attend every meaningless social event. But aging makes you realize that time is truly finite. This realization completely shifts your brain's focus. You stop craving new faces and seek emotional depth. Smart individuals grasp this finite reality much earlier. They do not wait for a crisis to filter their circle. Cutting back on meetings is a brilliant life strategy. Setting clear boundaries forms the core of health. Many feel guilty about cutting ties with old friends. They worry that stepping back makes them too selfish. But pruning connections is an act of self-protection. Protecting your energy creates much deeper relationships. Drifting from old friends is not a personal failure. It simply proves that your self-awareness has evolved. You now understand exactly what drains your energy. A smaller circle highlights your emotional maturity. Share your own story of letting go in the comments.